Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Play Resident Evil 7. Just came out, I have been waiting for this like hell, and the funny thing is I actually recorded a version of this earlier tonight. I recorded 2 parts and got screwed on 2 occasions. For one thing, the game apparently had not finished installing, even though it told me that it did. I still had like several more gigs to go before it was done. So, you know, and I got to this really pivotal moment that was like really cool, like an hour into the game, and I couldn't continue. So I was like, why even let me play the damn game then? And then, on top of that, my game capture was set so that the game audio recorded it as if it were mute. So, virtually useless. But I enjoyed so much of it that I said, fuck it, I'm going to just play it again. And on cam. Because originally I was just going to record it on microphone because my camera has this shitty install setup on it where it only has a limit of recording for 20 minutes and then it just resets. But you already know that. Anyway, let's skip all this jibber jabber bullshit. And yeah, I pay my electric bill. I just thought maybe it'd be a tad more of a mood setter if I play it here in the dark, only lit by my little lamp here just set up on the floor. So, we're going to do a brand new game. We're playing on normal, which is how I played it, and I'm already very excited by how much of what I've played, see, because I played the demo and I really loved it, and one thing that I was afraid of while I was playing it, you know, because so far the game in the demo didn't introduce any sections where you were defending yourself or actually fighting against any enemies. And I was afraid that what the game was going to do was it was also going to take on a lot of other elements, say from like Outlast and stuff like that, where you never fight back against the enemies. You only just run away and hide. Well, I was very happy to find out that the game pretty quickly, about 30 minutes into it, gives you a melee weapon and then gives you a gun. So yes, so there is combat. There are counter moves. You know, there's quite a bit actually going on. But anyway, let's actually pay attention to the story. Where
all I can say is that if you get this, stay away.
Now, because I've actually already played a pretty good chunk of this, I already know what to expect in terms of a few jump scares and stuff like that. But what I can say is that so far, just from the beginning of the game, you know, just from starting it, that it takes a while before combat actually really even begins. But it's very atmospheric, and you know, it is very much a throwback to being, you know, a survival horror. You know, and I'm gonna try a few things too to see if I'm not sure if my camera's going or what, because it says it's recording, but all of a sudden it just kind of got darker.
I have to find out what happened.
Or if maybe this was from the TV. Who knows? Because I had a few events happen in some early recordings that I did, so, and it'll actually be interesting if they change depending on what I do. But we'll find that out later here in a minute. Sorry, it's just that my camera just kind of feels like it's acting weird. So, anyway, we received a message apparently from our girlfriend who disappeared.
This is the place.
And, well, we received some sort of a message from her, and we're off to go and find her. So, let's begin. I'm going to try and do my best to try and get through a lot of this as quickly as possible so we can get back to where I was. So, here it is. This apparently is a creepy house that I guess that we will eventually get access to, but for right now it's locked. So we can't get in. So we gotta take this back way in, which is down here through this path, which will take us to a bit of a familiar place, or a familiar setup. See this van here? this weird looking little tripod. This van belongs to the news reporters from the demo. So, because if you actually open it up, there's a pamphlet in here. You know, the Sewer Gators, which was the name of their show. You know, but you wonder, like, oh, like, well, like, if this is where their van is, where's that weird little house? Well, you gotta go through here. Accept her gift. Creepy. So, let's get moving. Yeah, and so far from everything that I've seen about the game, it looks really good. You know. And of course, like, the second that you get into the house, ooh, creepy dude walking around. Hey dude, hey bro, what's going on? But the game won't let me run during that part because that's obviously a cinematic in-game section. You can't come down here into this little bayou area. So let's just keep on moving. See, that's recording, right? Yeah. Always just want to make sure that my stuff is set up properly. Yeah, I was really confused about what the hell this is. Still confused about what it is. I'm getting, you know, like, I thought, like, is it parts of a horse or something? Because you got this weird setup with all these horse legs, which I think are horse legs. And the fact that you can also crouch in here. Yeah, I mean, you can crouch. You can do this weird guard effect, which I think is part of a counterattack, or at least, you know, something like that. You know, and you can run. And then you have a little inventory section. Well, I didn't notice these dead birds here before. That's creepy. Here's at least the side of the house. And you find, oh, what's this? Somebody's purse. And we find her driver's license. Now, the only thing is that at one point you get a map, but I could never figure out exactly how you were supposed to access it. You know, because it keeps on telling me, like, down arrow, but what down arrow? I mean, what the hell are you talking about? And here's the pivotal house that the reporters were actually going into, or the, you know, the show guys were going into. And so for an idiotic reason, our hero here is going to venture in. Yeah, and I believe... Yep, door's locked. Damn. We're trapped. We're screwed. We are totally screwed. Yeah. Yeah, so when I was first playing this, you know, like, earlier tonight, just, like, coming into this place alone, you know, as it's set up now, was already creepy enough. And then... I mean, there's only like one jump scare so far, and then everything else is just, okay, you know, you're encountering a character. Okay, now you're encountering an enemy that's then going to kind of become a reoccurring enemy for a little while for this first bit. Also, what I like is that this is taking place during daytime. You know, like, that's something that I really like. You know, because it kind of springs to mind, you know, something like... Oh, okay, it's locked. Oh, hello, I didn't see this before. Can't really tell what it is. So, okay, moving along. Over 20 missing in 2 years. Interesting, okay. And yeah, and all this stuff is interactable. It doesn't really serve much, but just to be there, to be interactable. And there's nothing upstairs, so there's no point in going up there yet. So... I didn't really look around in here very well, so... But that's okay. And that door is still locked, so let's just go ahead and go on in here. Yeah, when I was first playing this, I was very paranoid about being snuck up on, so every time I was going into a room, I was very quickly just shutting the door. I do hope that the lighting here, that I'm using for my lamp is usable, so I apologize if it's just too dark. Oh yeah, did I find the tape? Shit, I don't know if I found the tape. Do I have it? No, I don't. Shit. Where do I find it? Where was it? Oh yeah, it's upstairs, isn't it? Yeah, so you do have to go upstairs. This is also where you're introduced to how you save. These little tape recorders, which is a nice little throwback. I'm going to save over my old save, so gotta stay hydrated. Alright. And here we find the tape. Let's go watch some VHS tapes. Woo! In a creepy ass house. We must be really desperate for some poon if we're going in here to find this girl who's disappeared on us. Who still even has a VCR in this day and age? Ah, my nose is all itchy and shit now. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Just to...
Where did you find this guy? Give me a break.
Ooh,
hey,
did that scare you?
I only work with professionals.
Just to get this a tad more centered.
Make sure the sound is right this time. I don't want a repeat of Amarillo.
Move this so...
Fucking years ago. I don't do ADR. This new guy?
Alright.
Not feeling it.
So, we're kind of back in the demo here, but this only lasts for like a few minutes.
New plan. We do a walk
But so yeah, so and again, I mean, I only played like barely an hour, before the installation, got in the way and kicked me back to the title screen.
Tonight I'm sewer gator.
But
Another worthless fucking shit. Happy?
But I like the fact that enough of what I played, was able to give me a good amount of obviously what I will be experiencing, which is roaming around and obviously trying to defend myself, but I wonder how often that will actually be happening.
Alright, let's go.
I hadn't come across any real puzzles, like, other than, the fuse thing, but I kind of figured, like, where and how that was going to happen. But it's actually a lot different than the demo. So, which was actually nice, that they actually kind of changed things up.
So, why are we in hell this time? Do you ever prep? What's the prep? Shitty house, spooky sounds? Ooh, is it haunted? Fuck me. I wasn't
Now I can
anchored,
close the door.
Weekend sub, Pete. Not anchored.
What's that?
Nothing.
What's the story, Andre?
Still a prick.
Abandoned farmhouse, missing family, fuck places.
Alright, so we're going to take a break here in a bit, because my camera will
How long did you say this place has been abandoned?
restart.
3 years.
Clancy, get a shot of this. Let's make a great cutaway. So, Hillbilly Joe and his family go missing.
Not hillbillies, the Bakers. Jack and Marguerite Baker. And they were quiet, not backward. A lot of bad rumors about their son, Lucas. Bad seed, apparently.
Ah, shit!
And I like how the game still, if I try to follow this guy, the game still cuts me off.
Shit.
Says that, no, you can't follow him. You can't see what happens to him. It's not until later.
This would make a great backdrop. Andre, what do you think? Andre? Andre!
Andre's dead.
Andre! Clancy, you see where Andre went? Where is he?
Well, he went down here, but then he just disappeared. According to the game
This is the last
script.
time I work with that guy. I mean, producers, they come and go, but a good cameraman like you, Clancy,
Indeed.
you stick with me.
I don't wanna. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
What the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
I did.
Andre?
Yeah, don't go in there. Don't go in there. You're so dead.
Andre, where are you, man?
We're so dead. These flashlights are so shitty. Which is funny because a real flashlight in a real game does not work like this. But what do you expect?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, new deal. We find Andre and we go. I mean, fuck this show.
Indeed. When, any real, right-minded person would get the fuck out. Especially after, one of your guys just disappears and stops responding to you. Yeah, no fucking way am I going down there.
Need a nice hero shot of me.
No fucking
down the
way.
ladder.
Oh, you
So,
dick.
You first.
Fuck you. You suck. Alright, let's go. Gee, I wonder what we'll find down here.
What do you see? What is it?
What do you think? It's a big, creepy, dark basement, and... Hey, dead guy! Hey, dead guy! How you doing, dead guy? What's going on? Oh, shit! You're totally dead! Blair Witch! And creepy person just coming out of the side. Bye! And then you go right back to the game. To the main game. Alright, everybody, we are going to take a break before more madness ensues. I hope that you guys are enjoying this. I am. I do plan on playing a shit ton more of this. So please click the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this. I would really appreciate it. You can check out my channel and my Patreon. Support me. Links are always in the description below. Follow me on Twitter. I'll have some kind of a cover art, of course, from my friend Quickkick. Check him out on Twitter. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.